across the board, across Northwest Indiana. I got Zach Miller here to my left, working the production as well. Zach, of the 8 teams in the Duneland Athletic Conference, 5 Duneland Athletic teams all in the sectional championship tonight, no matter where they're at, sectional 1, 2, or 3. A lot of success in that Duneland Athletic Conference. It just goes to show you the gauntlet these teams have to go through to get into games like this. It's going to be fun. I know both fans of both sides are, biting their nails down to the very last bit. Stomachs are not feeling the best, and nerves and shaking and all that kind of stuff. I've been able to talk to some fans around the facility a little bit pregame. Probably more nervous from the senior parents as opposed to anybody else, but man, oh man, this is going to be a lot of fun here today as they are introducing both teams, the starting lineups and the players out defensively. We'll bring you those starting lineups here in just a moment. We'll wait until we get through the national anthem so that way we're not interrupted. Because the national anthem can never interrupt anything. We don't want to interrupt the national anthem. So odd to have this championship game not on Memorial Day, but we're here the very next Monday. Still Monday Night Baseball for you here for high school baseball. And speaking of that national anthem, let's go ahead and tune you into that right now.
With the playing of our national anthem.
Ready to play ball here in St. John. It may not be Memorial Day, but a big thank you to all the servicemen and women for all they do to protect this country, both future and past. Whoever may have served this country anytime, we appreciate it more than you can know. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order for the Crown Point Bulldogs. They'll be the visitors on the scoreboard today. This is brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. Katie Matusek will lead off for the Crown Point Bulldogs playing second base, followed by the senior Noah Ehrlich over at third, and then the senior Billy Chidsey at the top of the lineup. In the cleanup spot, Sean Dunlap had a really good game on Friday in that semifinal game against Munster. He plays right field, followed by Jace Horton, the catcher today, followed by Jackson Alexander playing first base. Now at the bottom of the lineup, you've got Mick Wagner, the left fielder, followed by Logan Cotton, who pitched a gem of the game on Friday evening. He'll be the designated hitter today. And then the sophomore Brody Linghans rounds out that Crown Point lineup. And again, that's brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. Host your next team gathering at Great Lakes Sports Hub in Crown Point. Check them out on the web at greatlakesportshub.com. It's time to introduce the starting pitchers for today's game. That means we're going to turn to the Ennigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors. For the Lake Central Indians, they'll be throwing their ace on the mound today. That is Josh Flores. Number 13 in 9 appearances this year, went 7-0 with a 2.41 ERA. The right-hander, as you see on your screen there, maybe fires for warm-up pitches and 32 innings pitched, 16 hits, 12 earned runs, only 11 earned, 32 walks, and 63 strikeouts in his last appearance versus the Crown Point Bulldogs during the regular season. And this was a battle over at Crown Point between these two squads. He went 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 8 walks, and then 9 strikeouts. So one thing I'm sure he's going to be looking forward to is cutting down on those walks and elevating that strikeout number. But both these teams have excellent guys waiting in the wings in case things don't go your way. And any team will tell you that there's things that, sometimes happen where things don't go your way, but there are plenty of reserves in the pipe for both, but both teams are sending out some of their dominant pitchers here today. Josh Flores has been one of those dominant pitchers throughout the Duneland Athletic Conference here this year. Bring you our first pitch forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast, a very comfortable 81 degrees. Starting to feel like summer finally here in northwest Indiana. Winds coming out of the south-southwest at about 10 miles an hour. So kind of a little bit of a cross breeze from left to right as Flores gets us started, as this one is popped up into that wind area out there in right field. And it's going to be caught by Drew Costiba out there for out number 1. So attacking on Flores on the first pitch on that one is 1 out. Again, that was your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast, keeping it cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. This will bring up the senior Noah Ehrlich now. That last matchup that he faced, Flores had 2 walks. Went 0 for 1 with the 2 walks. And the first pitch into him. Upstairs for ball number 1. Ehrlich in 29 games this year, batting .315. He's had a few extra base hits, 3 in fact. Patrols third base on the infield for the Bulldogs. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Our umpires today, Sean Treese behind the plate. Donald Heichel and Ronald Orms on the bases. Flores delivers the 1-1 here. That one is in there for a strike, so 1 and 2. One of the things in a game like this as well, I've done enough of these championship games where, you're pumped up, you're ready to go, you're all your nerves all day long. Normally this is in the afternoon, the sectional championship. You've had all day to think about this. 1-2 comes upstairs. You might sometimes get a little bit too amped. We'll see how both these pitchers today for both teams kind of keep their emotions in check. As Flores gets back to the first base side of the rubber. The 2-2 to Ehrlich. Misses just inside, so runs the count full. Really good battle here by the senior Noah Ehrlich. Be taking his talents to Miami, Ohio. More on the football side of things, though. He was warming up today, throwing a football around. The payoff pitch is going to be ball 4. So it's a 1-out walk delivered to Ehrlich. And now the Crown Point Bulldogs have their first base runner on, as that brings up Billy Chidsey.
Now batting the shortstop, number 16, Billy Chidsey.
So Billy Chidsey from the left side here. In 30 games this year, hitting just under 500. 9 extra base hits. And the first one into him. In there for a called strike. And a nice little movement to that pitch from Flores. He will light up the radar gun. It's one of those things that Kentucky is excited for when it comes to Josh Flores. 0-1. This one laced out into left. Coming in is O'Brien to make the catch, and he does so on the dive. Keegan O'Brien making his way out there to make the catch. And we've got a replay for you here. Keegan O'Brien doing good work out there in left. Just laying out to come up with out number 2. Early candidate for our play of the game as Sean Dunlap, who had the hot bat on Friday, steps in. And Flores working from that first base side of the rubber. Delivers the first pitch. Here's the throw down to second. It's going to be just offline. Oh, they got him! He was able to get the tag. Victor Villegas able to reach back and get the out on Noah Ehrlich. The defense for Lake Central showing up here in the first inning. The throw is to the shortstop side of the bag, but Villegas able to stretch his body around to get Ehrlich on the tag at second base. So we go to the bottom of the first. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Hennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Hennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit hennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Hennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We're going to the bottom of the first inning in this Sectional 1 championship game between Crown Point and Lake Central. Let's take a look at our Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order for the Lake Central Indians. From batting cages to the Hub Cafe, go to a go-kart track, and Great Lakes Sports Hub has it all. Visit the Hub at 1301 Maryville Road in Crown Point. Leading off for Lake Central is going to be the senior Jake Figg, who patrols center field. Then Dylan Hine, the designated hitter today, followed by Drew Costiba, who patrols right field. Ryder Fernandez in the cleanup spot over there at third base, followed by Parker Robinson, and then Jacob Silverman over at first base. Rounding out the lineup, you got Tyler Colburn, the catcher, Victor Villegas, who just made a great play over at second base, and then Keegan O'Brien, who also made a great defensive play out in left field. So there's your Lake Central lineup, brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. And now it's time for the Hennigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurler for today. And this time it's for the Crown Point Bulldogs. It'll be number 10, Alina Sheraton for the Bulldogs. The right-hander in 9 appearances this year, going 8-0 with a 0.34 ERA. No home runs in 41 innings pitched, giving up just 18 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. 24 walks, 47 strikeouts. Last time he faced Lake Central back on May 14th, he went the distance, went 7 innings, giving up just a hit, no runs, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. Get all of our numbers today, by the way, coming from Max Preps. So Jake Figg will dig in here. First pitch in from Sheraton, in there for a called strike. Just what the Bulldogs want to see after starting to get a little something going in that first inning. Come out there and pump in strikes. The 0-1 hits the inside part of the plate. And this time for a strike as well. So quickly 0-2 on Jake Figg. They want to make sure he doesn't get on base, because when he does, he is a big threat to steal. 0-2. Swing and a miss for out number 1. Sheraton starts his day with a strikeout.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 22, Dylan Hine.
So Dylan Hine, the senior, 30 games this year, hitting over 400. 11 extra base hits. Pitches on the outside. 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Sheraton so far. Logan Cotton was in that same realm. I believe he went the first 8 pitches, all strikes. The 0-1, this one misses downstairs, and as per usual, I think I made a comment after 8 pitches, and then the first ball came, so that announcer jinx is live and well. And we've got time called as the catcher going to head out and chat with Sheraton. Wagner, Langhans, and Dunlap, your outfielders from left to right. Ehrlich over at third. Chidsey at the shortstop position. Matusek at second with Alexander over at first. And then Jace Horton behind the dish for Sheraton. The 1-1. This one fouled back to the screen. So 1-2, but getting some contact on it. Sheraton also working from that first base side of the rubber as well. The 1-2. This one poked foul as well. Sheraton getting back up to the mound here. 1-2. Low for ball 2. And we brought you those Hennigan-Berg Exterior Home Improvement hurlers for today. Experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Make sure you visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, as this is another strikeout to begin the day for Sheraton.
Now batting
Back-to-back Ks to start the first inning.
Kostiba.
It's Drew Kostiba makes his way to the dish. First pitch, this one lined into left. This will touch down for a hit. Picked up by Wagner. Drew Kostiba keeps the bat hot for himself, hitting over 400 on the year, and laces one out into left. Gets Lake Central's first base runner of the day, and this will bring up Ryder Fernandez.
Ryder Fernandez.
So first pitch into Fernandez. Pops this one at foul. I don't know if our cameras can really do it justice, but this place is absolutely packed here at Lake Central today. The stands are all filled. Even the area in front of us at the press box is filled. The amount of people down the lines is insane, not to mention the people that are standing up where normally we would be entering the press box on the football field. They're standing up there as well to get a nice scenic view over the field. Place is absolutely packed. People everywhere. You love to see it on Monday night for sectionals baseball. We'll have Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates for you throughout this broadcast as well. We've got a final already over in sectional number 2. We'll bring that to you here in just a moment as they check on that runner over at first. According to our sports director, Mike Dewan, a final in sectional number 2, Valpo over Portage, 16-2. So sectional number 2, the champion belongs to the Valparaiso Vikings. One. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-2. Really nice pitch. After kind of a lengthy wait of going to the plate. Fernandez going to step out, check and make sure all his stuff is good before he steps back in. 275 on the year for Fernandez. 10 extra base hits. Looking to do some damage here on a 1-2. Pops it foul. Heading over to the football field. Both these schools have beautiful complexes. They have their baseball, softball, football, all their fields all within a short walk from each other. The 1-2. Missing just outside. 2-2. Really nice take for Fernandez there. Sheraton probably felt like he could have had that one a little bit. Very close to that line there. Checks on that runner, Kostiba, over at first. This one comes in. Are they going to say it hit him? They're going to say he leaned into that, so he does not get to take first base. That's going to be the argument, is that it did hit Ryder Fernandez, but they're saying that he moved his elbow into it. I mean, definitely worth a discussion. To me, there's a little bit of a flinch there. I don't know if necessarily he's leaning into it to try to take the pitch. We have the replay, I think, here. I think it's just kind of a natural instinct to kind of, I don't know. I got a pretty good view of it straight on here. if there's anybody that is going to lean into one, it would be Ryder Fernandez. There's no question about that. One of the football players on this Lake Central team as well, just like Noah Ehrlich for Crown Point. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, so a walk issued to Fernandez, and he's fired up. Both teams have a lot of personalities on this team, no question about it, and I mean that in the most positive light possible. Guys that'll get their teams going. Parker Robinson will make his way to the plate, the shortstop for Lake Central. Just a sophomore in this LC lineup. First pitch to him comes a little high and tight on Robinson. 30 games this year, hitting .337, 12 extra base hits. 17 runs batted in. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Sheraton there. Gets him 1-1. Then he started with a couple of big strikeouts. Now the process has slowed down. A little bit more methodical here. The 1-1. This one skips in. Really nice stop by Horton there behind the dish. Don't forget, we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one as well of the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Checks on the runners. 2-1, trails outside, 3-1. The awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. Got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Billy Chidsey going out there, having a word with his pitcher. It's a word of confidence, maybe. Checking on that runner at second as he'll step off the rubber. We've also got the Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. 3-1 inside, and it's going to be a walk. 2 walks this inning, back-to-back, in fact. And Lake Central has the bases loaded with Jacob Zimmerman coming to the plate.
Now batting first baseman, number 10, Jacob Zimmerman.
Zimmerman having a quick word with his head coach, as coaches all over the place heading out to talk to players. Just make sure that everybody's on the same page, going over scenarios here. So Zimmerman from the left side will bat here. Still a discussion out on the mound right now. And that conversation is now over. Critical moment for Lake Central here in this one. In terms of offense and for defense, certainly a big opportunity right now for Crown Point to get out of this one. Sheraton kicks and fires. This one tails outside for ball number 1. Zimmerman in 29 games this year, hitting .320. A few extra base knocks, 4 in fact, and then has driven in 17. He's looking for 18 plus right now. The 1-0, this one popped up and will get out of play, foul. So 1-1 the count. Sheraton comes set. Here's the 1-1. Down the left field line, but will get out of play. Both sides going to start clapping. Down to 2 strikes. Crown Point trying to get out of this with no damage done. Lake Central trying to will their player on to get some runs here. Just what you want in a sectional championship. Tense moments like this makes it all the more fun. Just playing the gamesmanship game here a little bit. Zimmerman comes back in. Sheraton comes set, checks the runners. Delivers the 1-2. This one a little squib fouled on the first baseline. So Zimmerman timing it okay. Just needs to pick one out and drive one if he can. And for Crown Point, Sheraton needs to find that pitch that's going to put him away. Can these two teams split their regular season matchups? Their only losses in the conference to each other. The 1-2. Popped up, will get out of play. Really nice battle here for Zimmerman. We are at 27 pitches this inning for Sheraton. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Crown Point gets out of it with no damage. Big out for Crown Point to leave the bases loaded. We go to the second. There's no score. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We go to the second inning of the Sectional 1 championship game here from Lake Central High School. We've already seen some spectacular defensive plays in this one, and those are some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. Dunlap, Horton, and Alexander, your scheduled hitters here in the second. It was Sean Dunlap who was at the dish when Ehrlich was caught stealing second base, so he'll get a chance to dig back in there. Boy, that felt like a big momentum swing for Lake Central to get the out on the bases to kind of make it a 1-2-3 inning. And then Crown Point counteracts and gets out of a bases-loaded jam. Lina Sheraton getting 3 strikeouts in that first inning. So Dunlap here, the junior. Breaking ball in there for the strike. We'll see what that does to Flores here. They give him a chance. Okay, I was out there for an inning. We'll see what kind of does to that nerves. 1-1. That one tails outside for Sheraton. I thought he did good in that first inning, keeping his nerves in check. Obviously, things were going really well the first 2 batters, and then losing it a little bit, but then capitalizing when he needed it most. 1-1. Makes 2-1. Now here on Dunlap. Mentioned he had a really good game on Friday against the Mustangs in the semifinal game. Went 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Those are the only 2 runs that were scored by Crown Point in that game. 2-1. Checks his swing. They will appeal. He did not go, so 3-1. Ironically enough, the two runs that did come around to score were Noah Ehrlich. And those were the first few innings of the game, the first three. 3-1 is upstairs, bounces away. So it's a leadoff walk to start the second inning. We talked about these two pitchers going today. When you just look at the overall numbers, you kind of see some high walk totals, but see how that plays in a sectional championship game. Both pitchers now with 2 walks. Chase Horton, the senior, behind the dish today for Crown Point. Already having a pretty good game defensively back there. Had to make some nice stops on a couple of pitches. As this one comes outside to Flores, or from Flores to Horton. 30 games this year, 381 average, 8 extra base hits. Checking on the runner at first, back in time. Flores deals the 1-0. Pitch is high. That's what I wonder. It's just off the first pitch of the game, Matusek being aggressive and driving that out to right field. I was kind of thinking maybe the aggressiveness would carry on, but now they're being patient with their at bats, making Flores pitch to them. We'll see it throughout the game as well, that gamesmanship, the step off, the step out, those types of things. Just kind of mess with timing a little bit for everybody. 2-0. Pitches upstairs, 3-0 on Chase Horton. Jackson Alexander waiting on deck. Here comes a 3-0, and that one misses outside, so it's ball 4. So the first 2 are on for Crown Point here in the second. Looking to do a little bit of damage. I'm also going to be curious to see after the thrown out in the first inning how that affects their run game throughout this game. Do they risk the running? A lot of times we'll see teams kind of play a little bit more conservatively in games like this. So with the meeting on the mound, we want to remind you that Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Enjoy live music, steps from downtown Crown Point on select dates. The free summer concert series returns to Bulldog Park on June 5th. For a complete lineup, visit crownpoint.info/SCS. Everyone's kind of getting the scenarios. Here's what's going to happen on this. If it's hit here, if it's hit there. And this will bring up Jackson Alexander. 30 games this year, 293 average. He's driven in 19. He's looking for number 20 that stands on second base right now. Flores on the bunt showing. That's a called strike. Runners took pretty large liberties off of the bases. As the bunt was shown, home plate umpire calling strike anyway, despite pulling the bat back. So in this case here, early in the game, I'd be willing to sacrifice an out to get the runners up to both in scoring position. Bunted through it, so 0-2. So Flores has got to be thinking of a put-away pitch here. Batter asking for time. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Time called at the plate. Oh, 2 on the outside part of the plate for called strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Flores. And now the left fielder, Mick Wagner, makes his way to the plate. They are not holding the runner at first base. Zimmerman at first is playing in front of the runner, anticipating a bunt. And the first pitch is up high, which is where Flores has been missing a fair amount today. If he's missing, it's high. The 1-0. This time missing low, so getting that extension that he was looking for, just a little bit too low near the plate, so 2-0. Wagner 1 for 3 in that game on Friday. Now 3-0 to Wagner. Logan Cotton awaits on deck. We mentioned he had a great pitching performance on Friday against the Mustangs. So Flores again from the first base side of the rubber. 3-0 in there for a strike, 3-1. Definitely in a position, if you're Wagner, you got to take that pitch. Missing outside, so the bases are loaded here in the top of the second inning. And it brings up the senior Logan Cotton, who's the DH today. 356 average in 30 games this year. Got time called as Colburn will head out and talk with Flores. Keegan O'Brien out there in left, Fig in center, Costiba in right, Fernandez at third, Robinson at short, Villegas at second, Zimmerman at first. And we mentioned Colburn behind the dish. Big at bat here to Cotton. First pitch to him. In there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. The 0-1 missing outside, evens the count at 1. Do have action warming up in the Lake Central bullpen as well. The 1-1. Did he check his swing? They appeal. Yes, he did. Appeal down to the first base umpire says he went around, so 1-2. So Flores with some options here now. The 1-2. Outside. Certainly situations where you're going to throw a pitch maybe outside, just set up pitches later in at bats. 2-2. Did he go around on that one? Doesn't matter. Home plate umpire says he's down on strikes. 2 strikeouts this inning. Both of the looking variety, and now the sophomore, Brody Langhans, makes his way to the plate. Lake Central had him loaded in the bottom of the first. Crown Point loads him in the top of the second. First pitch upstairs. Nowhere to put Langhans, and then before you know it, you're back at the top of the lineup for Crown Point. There's the 1-0. This one lifted out to left center. This will drop in for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes another. It's 2-0 Crown Point. Brody Langhans breaks the scoreless streak with a 2 RBI single.
Now batting second baseman number 17, Caden Matusek.
So Crown Point back to the top of the lineup now with Caden Matusek. Flew out to right his last time up. Still runners on first and second. 2 away here in the second inning. That pitch comes in there for a strike. Just on that inside part of the plate. The 0-1. This one comes inside just too much. A ball and a strike. Got to imagine that feels good if you're the Crown Point Bulldogs right now. You're facing the defending 4A state champions, and you get the first 2 on the board. The 1-1. Outside part of the plate for a called strike, so 1-2. Flores trying to get out of this with minimal damage. Crown Point wants to tack on more. 1-2. Outside part of the plate for called strike 3. So they get out of the inning. 2 runs come across the board, though, for the Crown Point Bulldogs. We go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the second inning here from Lake Central. Crown Point scoring 2 in the top half of this inning, capitalizing on their bases loaded opportunity here. Lake Central with the bottom 3 of their order, Tyler Colburn, Victor Villegas, and Keegan O'Brien, their scheduled hitters. Lake Central getting to Sheraton a little bit in that first inning, see if they can get something going here in the second. Although Crown Point with the momentum on their side right now as that first pitch misses outside. 1-0. This one on the ground, left side, picked up by Ehrlich. Across the diamond, nice stretch by Alexander for out number 1. And now the second baseman, Victor Villegas. 29 games this year, hitting .212. 5 extra base hits. Takes a big, healthy hack at that first pitch. Turns into strike 1 for Sheraton. That one misses downstairs, so evens the count here at 1. One and 2 for Villegas. Sheraton kicks and fires the next pitch. That one comes upstairs, so we're even at 2. Crown Point again leading 2-0 here. Last time they won a sectional championship back in 2022. Drop third strike. Villegas hustling down to first. The throw going to be in time, though, from Horton. Strikeout number 4 of the day for Sheraton.
Next batter for the Indians, left fielder number 7.
Crown Point first winning a sectional back in 1969. They've got 22 to their name. They're looking for their 23rd in program history here today. They get off to the good start, getting up to a 2-0 lead as O'Brien pops this one foul. Gets out of play here. Keegan O'Brien in 30 games this year, .280. 4 extra base hits. Definitely a threat to steal if he gets on. Here's the 0-1. This one on the ground left side. Chidsey comes up with it and tosses across the diamond. Really nice footwork from Alexander to keep that foot on the bag on the high throw to get out of the inning. We're going to step aside. We're going to the third. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Summer just got sweeter at Smoothie King of St. John. Introducing 5 new watermelon smoothies. Power Meal Slim Watermelon, Gut Health Watermelon, Hydration Watermelon, the Activation Recovery Watermelon, and the Extreme Watermelon. All here for a limited time only at Smoothie King of St. John. Open 7 days a week. Smoothie King is conveniently located across from Lake Central High School. Stop in today. Smoothie King of St. John.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. As a reminder, we've got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one today. We've got the Corral Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Corral Companies proud to recognize superheroes on the baseball diamond, followed by the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And we've already seen some spectacular plays for potential candidates for our Ironworkers 395 play of the game. For more information on the apprenticeship program, visit ironworkers395.com. Ehrlich, Chidsey, and Dunlap, your scheduled hitters here in the top of the third inning of sectional number 1 championship game between the Bulldogs and Lake Central. Bulldogs jumping out to a 2-0 lead early here. Ehrlich jumping on the first pitch. And this one gets just foul into the bullpen. pitch. We got action warming up in that bullpen. Looks like Luke O'Keefe out there. I was told Logan Johnston was warming up in the Crown Point bullpen as well at one point. That one tails outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice pitch coming in there from Flores. Makes it a 1-2 count. Ehrlich reached his last time up via the base on balls. 1-2. Fouls this one away just past Colburn there. He's getting a little piece of it, so another 1-2 count coming here. Flores likes that call and takes the 1-2 here. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate to get the call at strike 3. Four strikeouts for Flores, all of the looking variety.
Shortstop, number 16, Billy Chidsey.
So Billy Chidsey comes up here, getting from that left side of the plate. .493 average coming into the game today. And that one misses just downstairs. 1-0. Got a piece of that one, so a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. At least it sounded like it. I thought I heard a little bit of contact there. Comes a 1-1 pitch here. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Home plate umpire got a little excited on that one. Time called at the plate. Again, we're going to see this throughout the game today. Kind of that, the gamesmanship, the sportsmanship, just kind of messing with the timing of everybody. Batters will do it to pitchers. Pitchers will do it to batters and runners. 1-2. This one right back up the middle past Flores and through for a base hit. Flores had fallen off of the mound just far enough where that got past him for a 1-out single.
Number 23, Sean Dunlap.
So Chidsey sends it right back where it came from, and now Sean Dunlap comes up here. Another one of these Crown Point hitters that hitting over 400 this year. This pitch is down low. One on, one out here in the top of the third inning. Flores steps off. Dunlap with that slightly open stance. Looking to rocket one into left. Pitch is just downstairs from Flores. So it felt like he was missing high early on in that second inning. Now kind of missing in those lower spots a little bit. Checking on that runner at first, back in safely. Here comes a 2-0. This one down the left field line and through past Fernandez. And it's a single for Dunlap. Already his 4th throughout the sectionals here this weekend. So back-to-back singles here in the 3rd. This will bring up Jace Horton. So 2 on again here for the Crown Point Bulldogs. This time via the Knox. First pitch into Horton, in there on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. Checking on that runner at second. Here comes the next pitch. This one comes in just a little bit low. Ball and a strike. Pitchers have been able to work inside and outside and get those calls. And it's been consistent throughout the game so far. The 1-1 is fouled right back above us. Kudos to everyone here in the press box. Nobody flinched. Nice job. I think Athletic Director Chris Enyer did duck just in case. He wasn't sure. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout of the day for Flores. First time of the swinging variety. So 2 away here with still 2 on for the Bulldogs. Can they lead it 2-0 off 3 hits? Jackson Alexander. First pitch is a strike to him. An 0-1. Missing just upstairs. So evens the count at 1. Strikeout victim his last time up, looking to do a little bit of damage here and extend the lead for the Bulldogs. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for the strike. 1-2. Time is called as Flores was starting the windup there. But again, as we mentioned, that's pitchers will call time, batters will call time. Flores comes set again. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Flores through 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you can reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Well, welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Crown Point leading at 2-0. Lake Central coming up to bat. It'll be the top of the lineup for Lake Central. Jake Fig, Dylan Hine, and Drew Kostiba. Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Enjoy live music, steps from downtown Crown Point on select dates. The free summer concert series returns to Bulldog Park on June 5th. For a complete lineup, visit crownpoint.info/SCS. First pitch into Fig is a called strike. Fig in 30 games this year, hitting just under 350. That one comes upstairs, gets away from Horton, but no real damage done. The damage can happen if Fig gets on, though. 38 stolen bases on the year. This one on the ground. Chidsey bobbles, and Fig with his speed gets to first. We'll mark it an E6 on that one, but Fig will get on any way he can, and this brings up Dylan Hine now. Hitting .423 coming into today. First pitch comes in just missing Hine, but getting that inside part of the plate for a called strike. Fig with the toes right on the batter's box line there. Was not flinching, though. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Took a big, healthy hack at that one. Hey, 11 extra base hits on the year for Hine. Looking to try to grab one here. Time called at the dish. Fig able to get back into first safely. Taking a pretty healthy lead off there at first. The 0-2. That one misses outside. So 1-2 here on Hine. With Kostiba waiting on deck. Kostiba the lone hit for Lake Central early on here. Checking on Fig again. He gets back in safely. Checking on him again. This time they get him. Leaned a little too far on that one, and they get the pickoff at first base. That is a huge out here in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-2 to Hine, swing and miss. Strike three. Fifth strikeout of the day for Sheraton. We mentioned he had a pretty impressive resume the last time he faced Lake Central back on May 14th. He won 7 innings, just allowing the 1 hit, no runs. First pitch to Kostiba misses outside. The 1-0. One misses upstairs, so 2-0. Kostiba started a little bit of a rally in the first. Lake Central could not capitalize. Looking to change the fortunes here for them. Three 3-0 now to Kostiba. Kind of telling himself to take a big, deep breath here. Question is going to be, do you have the green light. 3-0. In there for a strike. Big deep breath. Here comes the 3-1. Lifted in the air. This will get out of play. Again, it is just insane watching the crowds continue to expand here, it feels like, at Lake Central. Blue all to the left, red all to the right. Up on the football field press box as that one tails outside, and it'll be a 2-out walk. So this will bring up Ryder Fernandez.
Now batting third baseman.
Fernandez walked his last time up. And they check on that runner at first. It's to no avail this particular time. First pitch to Fernandez, tails inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to be a strike. Pretty close to the heart of the plate there for Fernandez. Probably frustrated he didn't offer at that one. Here's a 1-1. This one lined it, goes off the glove and then off the glove of the second baseman, Matusek, and out into center field. It went off the glove of Sheraton first and then deflected off of Matusek. And just like that, Ryder Fernandez gets a pinball single. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. It does allow Costiba to get all the way to third base as it trickled into center field. And now Parker Robinson comes to the plate with an RBI opportunity to cut the deficit in half. Still 2 outs here in the inning. Runners on the corners. Sheraton. This one lined into left and down for a hit. Parker Robinson delivers with the RBI single, and it's a 2-1 ball game. So Lake Central on the board. And now Jacob Zimmerman with an opportunity to add more on for Lake Central. 2 on, 2 out. Sheraton checks that runner at second. Here's the first pitch to Zimmerman. It's up and out for ball number 1. Kudos earlier to the umpire out at second base. He was able to finagle himself away from that one. The 1-0 popped up to the right side. Dunlap camping underneath it and making the catch in right field. But Lake Central able to get on the board. It's a 2-1 ball game in the Sectional 1 championship. We go to the 4th inning. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
Earn
while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Well, this game has not been without its defensive plays and some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. At BAC Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky, you'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. Top of the fourth inning in a 2-1 matchup here between the Bulldogs and the Indians. Again, the winner will be crowned the Sectional 1 champion. Lake Central looking for their 4th in a row and 24th in program history. Flores still on the bump and deals the first pitch to Mick Wagner for ball 1. Lake Central first winning a sectional title back in 1971. And they have won 3 straight. Here's the 1-0 to Wagner. Did he offer? The home plate umpire says yes, he did. So evens the count at 1. 1-1 bounces in the turf. 2-1 now. Two-one offering from Flores comes inside, but it's on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. So 2-2. Called strike 3. And the 7th strikeout of the day for Flores.
Now batting designated hitter number 25, Logan Cotton.
So 1 away here in the 4th inning. Here comes Logan Cotton. First pitch to him, right down Main Street for a called strike. 0-1. Both teams with 3 hits in this one. The 0-1 pitch misses outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Crown Point capitalizing on bases loaded back in the 2nd inning. Lake Central putting a little rally together back in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-1 the count now to Cotton here. Here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Right over that pitch for Cotton. Flores has the pitch he wants. The 2-2 comes just inside. Both pitchers have been able to kind of live on that inner part of the strike zone. Maybe a little bit in off the plate. Comes a 3-2. This one chopped on the ground, left side, picked up by Fernandez. Gets it out of the glove in time over at first base for out number 2. Again, some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. Brody Langens, who got the scoring started for the Bulldogs in the 2nd inning, comes up here with nobody on, 2 outs. Looking to get a little rally going here with 2 outs. First pitch is upstairs. 1-0. 1-0 delivery is a check swing, but not far enough. They do not appeal. So 2-0. Langens, who now has 16 RBIs out on the year after driving in 2 earlier. Popped in the air on the 2-0 pitch. Villegas camping underneath it, having to trail back a little bit, but making the catch in shallow right center. They go 1-2-3 in the 4th. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production, including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Well, welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Enjoy live music, steps from downtown Crown Point on select dates. The free summer concert series returns to Bulldog Park on June 5th. For a complete lineup, visit crownpoint.info/SCS. Bottom of the 4th inning here. Lake Central coming up. Colburn, Villegas, and O'Brien, your scheduled hitters. Sheraton delivers the first pitch. Misses just outside for a ball. Colbert grounded out to third his last time up. In 20 games this year, hitting .289 coming into today. This one laced out into left center. Langhans has to pick that one up for out number 1.
Now batting second baseman.
So Langhans trails out there, grabs that one. And now Victor Villegas. First pitch to Villegas inside for ball 1. A little low, in fact, as well. This one comes up and out. And the way this one has gone, any pitch that doesn't hit the strike zone, both benches are going to start cheering wildly for misses. Time is called. See some of these late time calls as guys are just starting those windups. Two-0. This one comes in on the inside part of the plate. For a strike, so 2-1. Vegas trying to get on any way he can. Keep the lineup moving for Lake Central. 2-1, a little high and tight. 3-1. Villegas does have some speed. And we're set for the 3-1. Now 3-2 on the swing and miss. Keegan O'Brien awaits on deck. Fouls this one back to the screen. Still 3-2. Ground Point beating Munster on Friday. Score of 2-0 to get to this championship game. Lake Central defeating Hammond Morton to get here to the sectional championship. (3-2). Comes inside, and it's going to be a one-out walk. Issued to Villegas.
Now batting left fielder, number 7, Keegan O'Brien.
So Keegan O'Brien here. Mentioned 30 games this year, 280 coming into today's game. Shows bunt, pitches high, gets the bat back in time, so it's ball 1. The 1-0. Throw down to first as Villegas was taking a pretty large, healthy lead off of first base. Getting the note in that for Crown Point, that victory over Munster on Friday was their first ever win on this particular field that was constructed and started operations and opened back in 2015. 2-0, O'Brien takes it for a strike as he's still showing bunt. Takes that one upstairs, takes that one for a strike. So 2-1 the count on him. Sheraton checking on that runner at first. Villegas takes off, swing and miss by O'Brien. And Villegas is down to second base safely on the stolen base. So runner in scoring position, O'Brien, 2-2 the count, able to get the distraction for Horton just enough to not make that throw down to second for Villegas, his 6th stolen base of the year. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike, so they have to throw to first. And they'll make sure Villegas stays at second base. 6th strikeout of the day for Sheraton. Really nice play over there by Alexander. As soon as he got that, he started to run right into the infield. Villegas had already started to book it towards second base, though. But really heads-up play by Alexander to ensure that runner doesn't advance down to third base. It's now Lake Central back to the top of their order. Jake Figg, who reached on an error his last time up. First pitch, breaking ball low. 1-0 the count. And Horton will go out and chat with Sheraton a little bit. Don't forget, we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We got that Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They have offices open 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Sheraton comes set, checks that runner at second, now fires the 1-0. Figg through the hole on the left side. Villegas makes the big turn around third. The play at the plate is in time. The throw down to second, not in time. Lake Central ties it on the RBI single from Jake Figg. Jake Figg ties it. his 17th RBI of the year, and Villegas, all the way from second, comes in and scores. The throw is just a slightly bit offline. Horton had to dive to the plate as well. Villegas just beat it out, and then Horton wisely throws down to second to keep Fig at second base. So Fig down to second on the throw. And just like that, here in the Sectional 1 championship game, we are all knotted up at 2. And the Lake Central faithful are getting a little bit louder now as Dylan Hine makes his way to the plate. Sheraton steps off and keeps Fig at second base. Hine fouls it at the plate. The 0-1 to Hine as Sheraton checking on that runner at second. Here's the 0-1, popped up foul, will get out of play. Can we mention Fig? Definitely a stolen base threat, had 38 stolen bases on the year. Not sure this is a spot where Coach Horschenchuber's willing to take that risk right now. 0-2 to Hine with 2 away. The tying run is in. Go-ahead run stands on second base. The 0-2 missing outside. 1-2 now to Hine. Struck out his first 2 plate appearances, looking to do some damage here. The 1-2 pitch, missing outside, makes it 2-2. Drew Costiba awaits on deck for Lake Central. He has reached both times. Two-two pitch, comes in and hits Hine. No, I thought it hit on the inside part of the plate. I thought it hit him. That looked like it came in and hit him, but it said on the inside part of the plate. So a called strike 3. That one was tailing right toward his body, it looked like from my vantage point, but called strike 3, and they are out of the inning. So we go to the 5th, all knotted up at 2. You are watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you can buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. I was trying to just make sure my eyes weren't completely deceiving me. I thought that last pitch to Dylan Hine did hit him. It did indeed hit him, but because they're saying that because he was hitting it, he leaned into it while it was technically still in the strike zone, that was strike 3. So that's why he is out in that plate appearance. So they're saying he kind of leaned into that one.
And leading off for the Bulldogs, second baseman, number 17, Caden
But Lake Central gets the tying run across the board in that bottom of the fourth inning. So we go to the fifth. It'll be the top of the order for Crown Point. Caden Matusak, Noah Ehrlich, and Billy Chidsey to get things going. Flores deals the first pitch to Matusak, who swings and misses over the top of the pitch, 0-1. He swung on that attempt there, checked his swing, but he went around. Home plate umpire says he did. 0-2. To Matusak, who's 0 for 2 on the day, trying to change his fortunes here. 0-2 pitch, downstairs, 1-2. Flores comes set. 1-2 pitch. This one lined up the middle, and this will get through for a single. The slow roller up the middle, just out of the reach of both middle infielders. And Flores, who had retired the previous 5 in a row, now gets a leadoff single here in the fifth.
Number 6, Noah Ehrlich.
So Noah Ehrlich comes to the plate. Calls for time early on here. Everyone having a discussion somewhere. Ehrlich recognized as the Crown Point Male Athlete of the Year this past sports season. Shows bunt, pops it up back toward us. Mr. Stamper was on it. He was ready for that one. So strike one to Ehrlich here. 3:15 on the year coming into today. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Had that walk back in the first. Flores deals the 0-1, shows bunt, pulls it back in time as the pitch was high. So 1-1. So many moving parts with this bunt, and the runner potentially going down. Matusak with 16 stolen bases on the year. Looking for 17 right now, which would match his number. Ehrlich showing bunt. Flores deals, pitches inside, 2-1. Just getting going in the fifth. Leadoff single to start things up. Ehrlich, 2-1 the count to him. And he's been showing bunt. Trying to sacrifice that out to put that runner into scoring position with Billy Chidsey and then Sean Dunlap 2 up. 2-1. This one bunted down the first base line. Flores flips. Well, he doesn't flip it. He takes it on the cushion himself. He steps on the cushion for the out, so it's a one unassisted play as he was able to gather that one up. It does the job, though. Matusak down to second.
Number 16, Billy Chidsey.
So Billy Chidsey, 1 for 2 on the day. Had that single in the third. Like to capitalize with one more here. Time is called. Neither team scoring in the first. Crown Point getting on the board in the second inning with a 2 spot, and then Lake Central countering in the third and fourth innings, getting 1 run each inning to tie it up at 2 here. Pitch into Chidsey, misses downstairs, so ball number 1. And Colburn will head out and chat with Flores. I believe time was called, but I saw the runner start to break for third, but he's just going to talk to his coach real quick. I thought, hey, if no one called time, that's a good opportunity to steal a bag, but now what's going on? Mention more of those awards we're going to hand out. We got that Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Runner getting good liberties off of second base over there. 2-0 to Billy Chidsey. Coming in batting .493. That pitch is in there for a strike. So 2-1. During the regular season in his matchup against Flores was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Would like one of those right now. Checked his swing. Appeal down to third. He did not go, so 3-1 the count to Billy Chidsey. They have appealed down to the umpires at various times throughout the game. Big 3-1 pitch coming up here for Flores. And that's going to be inside for ball 4. So now 2 on, 1 out here in the 5th inning, and it's Sean Dunlap coming up.
Now batting right fielder, number 23, Sean Dunlap.
We'll have another meeting on the mound for Lake Central, and then obviously Coach Strayer is going to talk to his batter here. A little scenario situation here. Be sure to stay with us after the game. We'll have the Ironworkers Local 395 play of the game presented by Ironworkers 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. Talking with the entire infield, kind of going over scenarios here with 1 away in the top of the 5th inning. Well, I would say to this one as we're through 4 complete, this has lived up to the expectation. It would be a tough battle for both teams. Tight ball game throughout, both teams with good pitching. It's one of the things when you get to sectionals and regionals, you really need to have two good pitchers to kind of get you through these lineups. And both these teams have more than that. This one chopped foul at the plate. Dunlap thinking he might get a little cookie over the heart of the plate. Chops it foul though, so 0-1. So we'll see what Flores comes back here with. This is one of the best things about this particular game is the mental fortitude that goes through everybody's head. What kind of pitch do you want to throw here? What are you thinking versus what they're thinking? The 0-1. This one chopped on the ground. And Fernandez goes to second for 1. They get the out at second for out number 2. Villegas able to keep his foot on the bag despite Chidsey coming in with some authority over there at second base. Clean play, but coming in with some aggressiveness in there.
Catcher, number 27, Jace Parker.
So going through some signs here for Jace Horton with runners on the corners, 2 away. Crown Point trying to get this lead back here if they can. Horton with a walk and a scored run in the 2nd inning, and now time called here after Flores taking his time, waiting to deliver the pitch. First pitch to Horton is a called strike. And the runner at first is now able on, I think, would that count as a stolen base? He gets down to second base? Or defensive indifference, they weren't holding him, okay? But now you got 2 runners in scoring position here for Horton as everyone kind of just forgot about that runner at first. The 0-1 misses low. Ball and a strike. Flores checks on that runner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there for a called strike. 1 and 2 on the outer part of the plate. So Flores looking to get out of this one with no damage. Crown Point one swing away, though, from getting a lead back. The 1-2 gets away from the catcher. Runner is going to come in on the wild pitch on ball 2. And Crown Point takes the lead right back 3-2. It kicked off the leg of Colburn and didn't see where it ricocheted to. The next pitch into Horton is outside. I believe that is ball 3. 3-2 the count. So Horton working a good at bat here, making it a full count with 2 away. Now a runner on third. The 3-2 pitch is chopped on the ground, picked up by Zimmerman to throw to Flores. Is in time at first base. Zimmerman flips it to Flores just in time to not allow that 4th run to come across the board for Crown Point. So Crown Point does get the lead right back, though, 3-2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit ennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here with you. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lake Central coming up, but we do have a new pitcher in the game for the Crown Point Bulldogs. This pitching change is brought to you by Ennigenberg Exteriors. And we've got number 22, Logan Johnston, in there in 10 appearances this year. 3-1 record with a 1.24 ERA. Going 34 innings, giving up 10 hits, 9 runs, 6 of them earned, 14 walks, 39 strikeouts coming into play today. That's all brought to you by Ennigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for this pitching change. A premier provider of roofing and siding service with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U. For Lake Central, it'll be Costiba, Fernandez, and Robinson, your scheduled hitters. This one is lined out to left center, and camping in underneath it is making the catch is Langhans by Ryder Fernandez. So jumping on the first pitch. I'm sorry, that was Drew Costiba. I beg your pardon. So Drew Costiba with the line out to center field, and now Ryder Fernandez coming up here. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Fernandez has reached both times that he's come to the plate today. Walk and a single. Wants to see himself do a little bit more damage here as that one tails outside for a strike. 1-1. So Logan Johnston in now for the Bulldogs. 2-1. count to Fernandez. Mentioned he came in on the season today, 275 average in 30 games played. 2-2 now the count. Fernandez reaching a little bit for that one. So Fernandez with that slightly close stance, the 2-2. This one popped in the air out to the right side. Dunlap. Did he catch it? They say he caught it and he lost it on the exchange. The umpire out there is signaling out, saying that he caught it, but it came out on the exchange for Dunlap. We do have a replay of it. We'll take a look at it here. I'll let Zach be the decision maker on that one. He's got a better angle of it than I do.
Now batting shortstop, number 1, Parker Robinson.
Our producer seems indifferent on the situation. First pitch into Parker Robinson. Well, no matter how you view it, the umpire called it an out. So Robinson takes strike one. Now outside for a ball, 1-1. He's also reached both previous plate appearances, so a walk and an RBI single got Lake Central started on the scoring. So one hit foul and out of play, 1-2. Johnston trying to go 1-2-3 here in the fifth. He's one strike away from getting into that. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Digging again here, the 2-2. On the ground, right side, picked up by Matusek, who throws over to first in time. And we go to the 6th. Crown Point still leads at 3-2. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the 6th inning. Flores still on the bump for Lake Central. He will face Jackson Alexander, Mick Wagner, and Logan Cotton, the scheduled hitters here in this 6th inning. More action going up in the Crown Point bullpen. Riley Ackerman up warming in the bullpen for Crown Point. After Johnson just came in and went 1-2-3 in the 5th. We'll see how Crown Point plays it here. Flores trying to do another 1-2-3 inning himself. Crown Point with other ideas, though. First pitch into Alexander. Swing and a miss for strike one. In there for strike two on the 0-1 pitch. Now quickly 0-2. Been a low-scoring affair, as many of us would have expected. 0-2. Fouled back to the screen. Look out, Zach Miller. He was ready for it. He jumped in front of the equipment to make sure the equipment was saved over himself, putting his body on the line. That's what a good teammate does there. Good company guy. The 0-2. This one popped in the air, left center. Fig going back and giving chase. He camps underneath, slaps the leather together, and out number 1 here in the 6th.
Now batting left fielder, number 13, Mick.
So now Mick Wagner comes up here. Walking straight out on the day. First pitch is upstairs to Wagner, 1-0. We were talking about pitch counts earlier. Not one that anybody's too concerned with, the amount of days that it would take before you get to regionals. If you advance, that one coming in a little high and tight on Wagner. They're able to get out of the way of it, though, 2-0. In there, down Main Street for a strike, 2-1. Comes the 2-1 pitch from Flores. And that's on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Consistently, we have seen kind of that inner edge, maybe a little off there, maybe a little in on the plate, get called for strikes. 2-2. This one on the ground. Fernandez charges, but it's going to be... They're going to say out. I thought maybe there was a foul. Okay, the third base umpire says foul ball. The first base umpire says out. And I'm sure we're going to have some kind of a discussion here. Okay, so I didn't see the home plate umpire give a signal, which technically that would be on the home plate umpire. That would not be on the third base umpire. So either way here, I will say Wagner is showing some discomfort in that left foot where he clearly would have fouled it off of, and it appears as though it is going to be a foul ball. So 2-2 the count here to Wagner. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball that misses upstairs, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. Logan Cotton awaiting on deck. And if any of these guys get on, Brody Linghans next. Payoff pitch comes in and hits Wagner this time. So he gets first base. Would have been ball 4 regardless. So now 1 on, 1 out here in this top of the 6th inning, and we're getting late in this one.
Now batting the DH.
Only 7 innings of regulation. Logan Cotton gets a word from his coach, Coach Strayer, longtime coach with Ground Point. Both these head coaches for both these teams, longtime savvy veterans. Checking on that runner at first. And Wagner gets back in safely. Swing and a miss. Runner goes down to second and out at second base. Colburn with his second put out down to second base. Robinson able to get there and catch that one and apply the tag. Out number 2. It's 0-1 to Cotton. Here's the pitch. This one chopped to Villegas. A high bouncer. Villegas with time, though. And over to first. Cotton thought he was safe, but it looked like it was in time. And out number 3. Second time today, Crown Point's been thrown out on the bases. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Bottom of the sixth inning here at Lake Central. Tight ball game, 3-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. Well, we saw the put out by Colburn just a moment ago, and that's some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. We have seen plenty of defensive gems in this one today. Jacob Zimmerman leading things off for Lake Central. Tyler Colburn and Victor Villegas, your scheduled hitters. You talk about, you go back to that state championship game for Lake Central. One of the underrated parts of that game, catcher Drew Arnold getting some throwouts at second base as well in that one. Zimmerman still waiting and now steps back into the box. Here's the pitch to him. Checks his swing. He did not go. This one lined into center. Langhand's drifting back. He is there to make the catch on the line. Zimmerman took it for a ride, but Langhand's is right there defensively to make the catch. So now Tyler Colburn, 0 for 2 on the day, trying to change his luck. Trying to get something going for Lake Central. First pitch misses outside. This one chopped away. So 1-1. Not sure if Thomas has been able to catch it, but out in left center. Just a gorgeous view. The 1-1 to Colburn down Main Street for a strike. 1-2. Johnston still pumping strikes up here for Crown Point. That one skips away. 2-2. One fouled away, so still 2-2 for Colburn, trying to put up a little bit of a battle here against Johnston. This one on the ground, right side. Matusik to his right, throws in time to get the out at first. And this will bring up the junior Victor Villegas.
Now batting second baseman, number 2, Victor Villegas.
2 away here in the 6th. Getting late in this one for Lake Central, trailing a run. Awkward swing and miss for little indecision there for Victor Villegas. Gets strike one, though. This one back up the middle. Matusik again to his right. Picks it up, throws, and scooped by Alexander in time to get the out. What a play by Alexander to pick that one at first and retire the side. We go to the 7th. Crown Point still leads at 3-2. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Summer just got sweeter at Smoothie King of St. John. Introducing 5 new watermelon smoothies. Power Meal Slim Watermelon, Gut Health Watermelon, Hydration Watermelon, the Activation Recovery Watermelon, and the Extreme Watermelon. All here for a limited time only at Smoothie King of St. John. Open 7 days a week. Smoothie King is conveniently located across from Lake Central High School. Stop in today. Smoothie King of St. John.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the 7th and final inning of regulation here from Lake Central. Brody Langhans, Caden Matusek, and Noah Ehrlich, your scheduled hitters here in the 7th for the Bulldogs, who lead this one 3-2 against the defending 4A state champion Lake Central Indians.
And leading off the 7th inning for the Bulldogs, center fielder number
Brody got the scoring started for the Bulldogs in the 2nd inning with with 2 RBI single. First pitch into him. Inside. Ball 1. Comes the 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. So Flores back to that first base side of the rubber. Comes set. Here's the 2-0. Popped up foul. Gets out of play. So 2-1. Both teams with a sophomore in their lineup. Langhans happens to be that sophomore for the Bulldogs. The 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. And Crown Point trying to put on more damage here in the 7th inning. And they can do that with a leadoff walk here. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. So Flores kind of working his way back a little bit here. Now we'll see what kind of pitch he throws here to Langhans on the full count pitch. Here it comes. Chopped foul on the third baseline toward the Lake Central dugout. So Flores had the pitch he wanted. Langhans just spoils it a little bit there. Here comes the full count pitch again. Upstairs, ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Bulldogs, and you can hear the Bulldog fans getting rowdy off to our right in the red. We'll have another meeting on the mound here. This might be Luke O'Keefe making his way out to the mound after a great performance here from Josh Flores today, and he will get a nice hand from the Lake Central faithful as Luke O'Keefe comes in here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll step aside for just a moment. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Luke O'Keefe warming up for the Lake Central. And not sure if the umpires are looking for Lake Central Athletic Director or not. They have made a signal to the press box. It's one of the base umpires along with the home plate umpire. Not sure what the discussion is about. It's not stopping Luke O'Keefe, though, from warming up. You can talk about the nerves coming into a game like this, having to keep your composure in a championship game. Skated Matusak will jump in here. We're going to still have a little bit of a stoppage just as first base umpire will make his way back to first base after whatever discussion he had with Chris Enyer, the athletic director. And we're ready to go. So O'Keefe ready for his first pitches as Matusak has to step out to get his batting gloves all situated. First pitch. This one fouled back to the screen, so 0-1. In Sectional 1 championship on the line. We got time called here. Here comes the 0-1 from O'Keefe. It misses outside. Ball gets away from Colburn. And Lenghan's able to move up to second base. So now runner in scoring position. Nobody out here in the seventh inning. Benjamin Crown Point wanted to put a little bit more damage up here. Here comes the 1-1. So I'm missing just low, 2-1. Sees the sign he wants. Checks that runner at second. Checks again. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Little up and out, so 3-1. Noah Ehrlich awaits on deck. He's getting to look at these pitches too, coming in from Luke O'Keefe. 3-1. And it's going to be ball 4. So now 2 on, nobody out here for the Crown Point Bulldogs, who are getting something cooking here in the 7th. So Ehrlich, who's 0 for 1, he has a walk and then a sacrifice bunt as well. He's looking to put some damage on here. 9 RBIs on the year. He wouldn't mind to get into double digits here in this inning. Here comes the first offering from O'Keefe. Shows bunt, pulls it away. Ball in front of home plate. Zimmerman able to pick that one up as he charges in from first base. Colburn not able to find it. So it was a wild pitch. Somehow that did not hit Ehrlich, who was showing bunt, pulled the bat back in time, so ball 1. Ehrlich jumps back in here, ready for the 1-0 delivery from O'Keefe. Here it comes, outside, ball 2. 2-0 delivery now. Popped up, out of play. 2-1. Runners on second and third. Again, nobody out. Ehrlich looking to pick one out and drive it somewhere. The 2-1. Pokes this one foul, and now O'Keefe is in a position to put a pitch on and get out of this at bat. The nerves of pitching, the nerves of also wanting to be the guy that gets the big hit in the championship game. 2-2. Missing outside, 3-2. Matusik in quite a large lead off of second base. Can't go anywhere with a runner on third, though. You can't risk throwing down with that runner on third. Payoff pitch coming here. Pop down the left field line will get out of play. Two big deep breaths, one for the batter, one for the pitcher here. The payoff pitch on its way. Line down the right field line. This will get out of play, though. So O'Keefe coming with a good pitch. Ehrlich just spoiling it a little bit. Getting out ahead of that one and pushing it foul. Good battle here between seniors. Three-two. Missing outside, ball 4. Crown Point with the bases loaded, nobody out. And Billy Chidsey
Shortstop, number 16, Billy Chidsey.
Looking to do some damage here. First pitch on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Chidsey 1 for 2 on the day, a walk in the 5th, a single in the 3rd, lined out to left in the 1st. The 0-1 chopped foul. And O'Keefe 0-2 here on Billy Chidsey. 28 RBIs on the year, 9 extra base hits. Sun's still setting here in St. John. Lights are on, full effect here at Lake Central. The 0-2. This one comes in low, 1-2 to Chidsey. And still those nerves, wanting to be the guy that gets the big hit to break this thing open for Crown Point. The 1-2, chopped foul, just getting a piece of that one to stay alive in the at-bat. And then you've got the nerves of the pitcher who doesn't want to make the mistake. Both guys have had great seasons, great careers here with Lake Central, so the confidence has got to build for both these players. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And for O'Keefe, gets a big first out. Eighth strikeout of Lake Central pitchers here today. But this brings up Sean Dunlap, who already 4 hits through these, we'll say, almost 2 full games here in sectional play. Had 3 in the Munster game, 1 in this one here today. This one ripped down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It's out of here! A grand slam for Sean Dunlap. And the Bulldogs lead it 7-2. His 5th hit of sectionals. We've got the replay for you. He just picked one out and line drive home run right out of the ballpark.
23, Sean Dunlap, the grand slam home run.
First pitch into Horton is outside for ball 1. This one lifted in the air out to left. O'Brien trailing back. It'll one-hop the wall. O'Brien gets it in quickly, but Horton is in at second base with the double. We'll have a courtesy runner for Horton. It'll be Connor Gaines out there at second base. And they will make a pitching change on the mound for Lake Central. Four runs here in this 7th inning. And it'll be Zach Nicola to make his way out to the mound. Try to finish this thing up here in this 7th inning. Nicola got the start against Morton and pitched a few innings against the Governors. And still had enough, kept it below a number of pitches for the days of rest to be able to come back in here in this one. But how about that? A grand slam home run, Sean Dunlap. Not something you get to see every day. But for Dunlap, he'll get to say for the rest of his life that he has a grand slam home run in a sectional championship game against the defending 4A state champions. He has had quite the sectional run so far. Again, 3 of 4 yesterday with the 2 lone RBIs. And then Dunlap today, the 4 RBIs this inning. So he said Gaines out at second base off the hit from Jace Horton, and now Jackson Alexander will come to the plate. Still just 1 out here in this 7th inning. But the big knock in this one, the Sean Dunlap grand slam home run to put the Bulldogs up 5, and they're still not out of the 7th inning. We normally say this when it comes to defensive plays, but some of the best hands in the business, the quick hands for Dunlap to rocket that one out of here. Just like the Bricklayers Local 4 Indiana, Kentucky, and BAC Local 4 Indiana, Kentucky, you'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. So Alexander, 0 for 3 on the day. Standing at 19 RBIs, sees that 20th RBI standing out there at second base. That one comes in onside. Inside on Alexander. The 1-0. Breaking ball missing just upstairs. There was an evening game here in a tournament that Lake Central and Munster were both hosting. In an evening game here, which saw quite a lengthy delay as this one is lined right to Fernandez. Fernandez across the diamond over to first in time. Can they go to second in time to get the out? Yes, they can. So putting the tag on, and Gaines not happy with the call out at second base. So we're going to step aside. We're going to the bottom of the seventh. Lake Central trailing by 5. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
We go to the bottom of the seventh here at Lake Central. The Crown Point Bulldogs up 5, 7-2 here in the bottom of the seventh, final inning of regulation. The Crown Point fans have been cheering loudly in the top half of this inning. I'd love to see the youngsters up at the rail over there as well, watching on. Their Bulldogs here, looking for their first sectional championship since 2022. Keegan O'Brien will lead things off for the Indians, then back to the top of the lineup with Jake Figg and Dylan Hine. First pitch to O'Brien outside. Johnston still in as the pitcher for the Bulldogs. This one chopped to the right side, picked up, nobody at first, and O'Brien is safe. Oh, the first base umpire signaled out first, and whoa, Coach Strayer comes flying out of the dugout at the first base umpire. He signaled out initially and then changed his mind. So it's going to stand as a single right now for Keegan O'Brien, infield single. And we go back to the top of the Lake Central lineup here with Figg leading off. Ball gets away. O'Brien down to second. And obviously with a 5-run lead, Crown Point doesn't want to fall apart right now, but that's probably one of the reasons why Strayer came out so quickly was he knows this Lake Central lineup can be prolific, and he doesn't want to tempt fate at all. So down to second on the wild pitch. Figg with a 1-0 count. Johnston back on the mound. Checks that runner at second. The 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1. Figg with an RBI single back in the fourth inning. The 1-1. This one on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. 1-2. The 1-2 popped up in the air, out to right. Dunlap camps underneath, makes the catch for out number 1 in this 7th inning. Runner stays put at second base.
DH number 22, Dylan Hine.
Dylan Hine makes his way to the dish. First pitch, swing and miss. 0-1. Johnston delivers the 0-1 on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. 0-2. Johnson still checks that runner at second. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That one trails just outside. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Comes up and in on Hine. 2-2. Johnson steps off, wanting to run through the signs a little bit here. Yeah, we got those awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one to get that Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. We got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, earned while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Then, of course, the Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. The 2-2 to Hine. Popped up. Shallow center. Middle infielders converging, and it's dropped. O'Brien with his way down to third. The throw there, not in time. Chidsey, Matusek, and Langens all coming in to try to make the play and couldn't come up with it. And now runners on the corners with one away here in the bottom of the seventh inning with Lake Central trailing by 5.
Indians number 9, Drew Kostiva.
So we have a meeting on the mound to talk with Johnson, just try to get his little reset for him here with runners on the corners. And the Lake Central hitters and guys running are going to have their own little meeting with Coach Schwartz. Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Police Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Enjoy live music steps from downtown Crown Point on select dates. The free summer concert series returns to Bulldog Park on June 5th. For a complete lineup, visit crownpoint.info/SCS. All right, ready to go here as Drew Kostiva comes to the plate. First pitch to him on the outside part of the plate for the strike. Kind of checked his swing a little bit, but hit that outside part of the plate, which we've seen consistently, maybe a little off slightly, but it's been consistent throughout the game, inside and outside. That one's going to be a strike on the outer part of the plate as well. 0-2. Kostiva 1 for 2 on the day. That single back in the first inning to get the first hit for Lake Central. Would like nothing more to get another one here. The 0-2. Popped up right side. Dunlap, Alexander giving chase, and Dunlap makes the catch in foul territory. O'Brien staying put at third, as does Hine.
Now batting for the Indians, third baseman number 5, Ryder Fernandez.
And now Ryder Fernandez comes up here. Crown Point, 1 out away from a sectional championship. Ryder Fernandez trying to flip the script. Johnston comes set at the bell. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike one. Johnston steps off. Fernandez steps out of the box. Everyone looking for a little bit of a reset here. Trying to get their minds in the right spots. The 0-1 on the ground. Chidsey flips to second, and Crown Point are your sectional champions. For the first time since 2022, Crown Point stands as sectional champions, and they knock off the defending 4A state champions.
2025 4A sectional champions, the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Traditional handshakes, guys that have, I'm sure, played together for many, many years on travel teams, giving hugs and high fives. The jubilation in red for the Crown Point Bulldogs as the players meeting the coaching staffs as well. Boy, these moments are exciting when your team gets the victory. So many years of hard work go into this moment. For Coach Strayer, so many years have gone on. The 23rd sectional championship in program history, and we will bring you that trophy presentation there in just a moment. Picking up their 23rd sectional in program history, their first since 2022 when they won Sectional 2. And the trophy handed to Billy Chidsey. To celebrate with his team out there. You know, these types of moments, folks, this didn't just start this season. These types of moments, these start when these kids are so young and you have the ambition. That's why I'm looking at the team, obviously celebrating with their, team photo, but I'm looking to my right as well along the line at the fence here. I'm looking at the youngsters that are watching this team now win a sectional championship, and how many of these kids are thinking to myself, I want to be on that field celebrating that trophy one day, much like Lake Central has done the last number of years. The youngsters over the years who have watched that team with so much success. And it starts at those early ages, getting to the ballparks, traveling all over the place to be able to come back as champions. Obviously, heartbreak on the other side for the Lake Central Indians coming off of a state championship. A year with a lot of advantages, a great pitching staff, a prolific offense as well. Co-DAC champions this year, Crown Point and Lake Central, and it's Crown Point that walks away victorious out of Sectional 1. And now the fans get to make their way out and celebrate with the team. And another piece of this, we mentioned a little bit ago that Crown Point, since 2015, when this particular field opened up, after the change and the renovations that took place here at Lake Central. Crown Point had never won on this field until Friday when they beat the Munster Mustangs, and so this is the first time that they've beaten Lake Central on this field, and it's for a sectional championship. Well, it feels so often that Crown Point, they just seem to be winning at everything lately in all their sporting events. I'd imagine there's going to be a trip around the square potentially here later this evening. They've done it with so many other squads. And how about, I tell you what, for both fan bases, I believe Crown Point's school year ended today or is ending this week. Lake Central's ended last week. To bring the amount of fans that both these teams brought today, absolutely incredible, because you start getting to this time of year, people want to start doing their traveling and their summer plans. But man, oh man, both teams showed out today, and the Crown Point faithful get to celebrate on this field and win a sectional championship. All right, let's go ahead and name our award winners for today. I haven't even had a chance to break down the numbers. Well, let's go with our Corral Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Corral Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond, and I'm gonna go on a co-award for this one. I'm gonna start with Linus Sheraton. Linus Sheraton was the starting pitcher today, doing a heck of a job against this Lake Central lineup, only giving up a couple of hits, only the 2 runs against the Indians that they scored in this one. Had 7 strikeouts and 4 walks in this one, but had a heck of a game for the Crown Point Bulldogs. And then I'm also going to have to give you, how can you not talk about Sean Dunlap in this particular case, the grand slam to put this one truly kind of out of reach for Lake Central, making it a 7-2 ball game. But this game was close throughout. The score is not going to be indicative of how hard fought this game truly was between both these schools. But Sean Dunlap, also a co-winner of that Corral Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. For Lake Central, we're going to go with Josh Flores. He went 6 innings, giving up the 4 hits. Only 3 of those runs, which were enough to have the win for Crown Point regardless. But I thought really did a good job of trying to just keep things at bay as best they possibly could. Came in and made the pitches when he absolutely needed them the most. And you know what? I'm going to go on this one as well, Zach, if you don't mind. I'm also going to go with Colburn on this one. 2 throwouts at second base as well. Kind of helped prevent any more runs from being scored in this one. He had a great job, did a great job behind the plate, also blocking some balls as well. So defensively, Tyler Colburn having himself a pretty spectacular game as well. So Josh Flores, Tyler Colburn, your Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar players of the game. And then, oh my goodness, there's so many opportunities for plays of the game presented by Ironworkers 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. I don't know how quickly you can find that grand slam, Zach, but you got it all queued up already? Oh, he already knew what I was going to go with. I mean, there was so many that we can go with, but how about this? The line drive grand slam over the fence. The corners here at Lake Central are 325. The gaps are about 380, so that's not an easy feat to get out of this ballpark. This plays like a huge ballpark. But man, oh man, a grand slam doesn't come too often in games. But Sean Dunlap able to rocket that one out of here, made it a 7-2 ball game, which was our final score for today. Pretty impressive display by both these teams here today. So much fight, so much gut, fortitude between both these schools, but it's Crown Point that's moving on to regionals on Saturday. We know Valpo moved on earlier today. Try to find you some other scores here before we take off. Those are Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard updates brought to you by your friendly neighborhood Strachan Van Tils. But we'll go ahead and start to sign this thing off. What do you think, Mr. Miller? You're good? Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike DeWan. Zach Miller actually doing double duty today as our coordinating producer and our on-site producer as well. And then Thomas Marsh and Paul Vela doing a great job out there on camera as well. Gentlemen, nice job. Big thanks to coaches Mike Schwartz and Truber and Steve Strayer for getting us everything we needed for the game today, lineups and stats and everything for both Lake Central and Crown Point. The athletic directors, Chris Enyard and Bill DeRula, everything we needed here for Lake Central and Crown Point. And, of course, you, the viewers, on the IHSAA Champions Network. We wouldn't be able to do this without you all, so thank you very much. I know we got regionals action for softball coming up tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Crown Point will be back in action for that one as well. So much success coming to that Crown Point program. Again, they win at 7-2 to win sectional number 1 over the Lake Central Indians. This has been Michael Brenner broadcasting for the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.